Hello there, my name is Brian G. Murphy, and I'm here to recruit you. Actually, I just want to talk to you about self-care today. It sucks that there are still people in the world who haven't accepted that it's okay to be LGBTQ. Maybe those are your friends or your family or people at church or synagogue or just some jerk on the sidewalk. Whoever it is, if you're out for long enough, chances are you're going to encounter at least one person that says something or does something that makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe or unwelcome. And so what I want to do today is talk about how we can prevent that from happening and how we can keep ourselves safe even if it does happen. I know that for me, before I came out and as I was coming out and after I came out, people in my life who were close to me said and did some really messed up things. The youth pastor at my church told us that it was a sin to be gay. My parents called my coming out and my sexuality my revelation for way too long. One year on New Year's Eve, my dad kicked out my friends because my boyfriend was amongst them. I wasn't allowed to attend my boyfriend's sister's wedding, and even today, my boyfriend's father doesn't call me his boyfriend. Instead, he calls me his son's buddy. At first, I thought I just had to sit there quietly and take it. That people who were anti-LGBT had more of a right to comfort than I did. That I had to be uncomfortable so that they could be comfortable. And then I realized that's just not true. That it's okay to be LGBT and that I have a right to be comfortable and affirmed all the time. And if someone's against that, well, they can be uncomfortable. When my family wasn't okay with me being gay, at some point I realized that I just couldn't be around them as much. I started coming home less and less. I didn't talk about things as deeply with them as I used to. I turned to my friends and my friends' parents, and I began to cultivate a chosen family. And I told my parents, I have support in my life and you're beginning to miss out, and if you wait too long to get your shit together, it's gonna be too late. Today my family has come around and my parents are wonderfully supportive. My boyfriend is treated like he's one of the family, and I'm pretty sure that they like him more than me. But it wasn't always this way, and so I had to come up with ways to keep myself safe regardless of what the world threw at me. Here's some of the things that I learned. It's okay to set boundaries. That could be a physical boundary, like I'm not gonna come home as often, or I'm only gonna come home for a certain period of time, or I'm gonna have a car with me so that I can leave whenever I need to. That could also be an emotional boundary, like this is what we can or cannot talk about. This is how you will refer to me or how you won't refer to me. This is how much or how little I'm willing to share with you. Having a support system in place is crucial. For me, that meant having some friends nearby that I could physically escape to. Sometimes that was just an afternoon away or a lunch, and one time I even went and spent the night at a friend's house after a really uncomfortable conversation with my dad. That also means having friends that I know I can text or IM or email or group chat with to just let things off my chest or get advice or just have some safe place to retreat to when the world around me is a little bit chaotic feeling. I also totally used art as a form of comfort and escapism. Sometimes I would blast an album that felt really good, or I would lose myself in a movie or a TV series just to sort of remind myself that there is good and beauty in the world and to feel connected to something bigger than myself. I also journaled. I would write sometimes freehand on paper and sometimes on the computer like in Evernote or text edit or whatever, and just sort of process what I was going through. Sometimes it would be like, dear diary, this is what happened today. Sometimes I would make plans. Sometimes I would write letters to my parents or my friends that I was planning on sending or that I would never send, just to sort of get it off my chest and see what I was thinking sort of laid out there. It helped me make sense of what I was going through and made me feel a little bit more sane. Sometimes self-care means leaning into difficult situations or engaging in tough conversations. It means saying, this is what I need and that's okay, and I'm not gonna settle for anything less. That's a radical thought, and it can make people uncomfortable or even angry. I'm definitely not an expert at this by any means. I'm still figuring this one day at a time, week after week, month after year, trying to make the best of everything that life throws at me. But I have figured out a few things, and over at Queer Theology, we put together an email series on self-care tips for dealing with friends and family that aren't affirming. It comes from a sort of Christian perspective, but I think that the tactics and the lessons will be applicable to anyone regardless of your situation. So if you want to get more of that, you can head on over to queertheology.com/selfcare and we'll send you those videos and lessons over right away. I would love to hear from you. What are some shitty situations that you found yourself in, and what are some of the things that you've done to take care of yourselves? Let us all know in the comments below so we can figure out how to take better care of ourselves together. That's all for now, and I will see you soon. Bye!